Which one's yours?
How are you today?
I'm good. How's everyone?
How are you?
Yes. Well, I mean, how would you be able to tell Buckley and me apart if not for that? Yeah.
Well, we all feel instantly underdressed. You know, you changed after that, so.
I did with the Veronica Mars movie. I bought like this new. I splurged on this suit and then I guess reaching for ties this morning, I didn't pay any attention, and rather than my new beautiful tie, I have like my $10 rubber tie on. I feel like this is my Flock of Seagulls cover band tie mixed in with my nice suit. So I've been very.
Do you worry about saying no more zombies, like we need more zombies?
Yeah, I worry about that. I hope we haven't reached the zombie tipping point. I think tonally we're different than other zombie shows typically. But yeah, I do. I hope that there's room for
So, what was the decision process like in not sticking entirely to
well, it hinged primarily on the fact that we needed to do it every week, and so by making our lead zombie character work in a police morgue, we would always have a dead, murdered body, and we could always go to that as our A story and have it closed into these cases each week. It was just a story engine that I felt like people, and I'll put this in quotes, we believe each week. There's always access to a dead body. So it was just the desire to be able to replicate it. When I first started thinking about it more in the comic book form, the idea of a zombie who helps people or helps dead people, I couldn't quite figure out how to make close-ended cases each week, I guess.
Yeah. How graphic does it get?
There will be some graphic moments, but I think we'd be making a huge mistake if we tried to compete with Walking Dead on that front. They're on a network that would allow much more. I don't know that it would be the strength of mine or Diane's storytelling, like where we tend to go for stories a bit different. But I don't. But the one thing I don't want to do is would be to just do a zombie murder case of the week, and all it is one zombie who's solving murders each week. There will be big zombie through lines in the show, so people who come to the show for zombies, while it won't have that wholesale, there are zombies surrounding this room trying to get in feel, but there will be hot zombie on zombie action in the show.
Thinking about the show and planning it in the starting stages, how far out do you know where you want to go and like how the reveal is going to come out and how people are going to start to learn what is really going on?
Probably in reality, one season. But there are a few things. There are a handful of things. Like I have an idea for the 100th episode. The firmly into syndication. We can, the big finale I have in my head. But I've never had a show make it there, so I kind of it'd be great to learn what that's like. But we have a season one pretty mapped out. In doing Veronica Mars, we would know the big murder case of the year. We would know who did it, and then spend all year like thinking of what are the fake outs and how can we protect that story. But you get into a show and suddenly characters pop that you didn't know were going to pop. In Veronica Mars, Logan Echolls was supposed to be the bad guy and always the bad guy, and he had no idea that would become the central romance of that show. And so I fully expect that as much as we plan, you learn things and you take the show in different directions. There's so many things I'm excited about being in mid-season. 13 is a great number for television. It is. I love doing 13, but we'll write and shoot them all before they air. The great thing about being on the air is you hear fans, you get the feedback. You know, with Veronica, we had Television Without Pity to tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and even to track how they're perceiving the mystery, and you could steer it a little bit. We'll be working in a vacuum a little bit on this, so we'll just have to trust our own judgments on what's working and what we should give more of and what we should steer away from.
How far have you guys gotten in the recasting of the Peyton character?
We have not even started.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna grab him for a quick soda.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rob.